How are you?
I'm good. Excited.
Yes, me too. It's great to be here.
Yeah, community is slowly joining. I think let's give a couple more minutes, right?
Yep, sure. Who else is joining us?
We'll be leading the chat.
Okay, fantastic. I'm trying to shut down my notifications so we don't get bothered here.
We'll be answering all of the questions about the project and the upcoming mint.
Perfect.
Welcome everyone joining. Great to see you all here. Nice, nice. Okay, I think I will just send out a tweet
Yep,
from my account. And yeah, if you guys want to share as well that you're here, so more people can join and we can spread the word and answer any questions. Um, but yeah, we should get started we'll give it one more minute and then we'll get started.
perfect.
Welcome everyone joining again. I'm still kind of recovering. So excuse the coughing. Um, I think I don't know, like who hasn't had COVID at this point, right? Pretty bad. Okay. Yeah, let's get started. I think we have a nice group here. Thank you again, everyone, joining us. So good to get these chances to connect with the ETH movie community. So we're super excited to be on the countdown to the second phase of the Infinite Machine NFT collection. Um, like we announced yesterday, there's a date for the second OG mint, and that is happening in about 2 weeks. Um, on Sunday, uh, January 16th. So mark your calendar. Um, the the um, the framework will be very similar to the first mint. We'll have a whitelist for everyone who is interested and is engaged in the community to participate without um, having to be in any gas wars, or basically to have like a secured or almost secured spot to be able to mint. And whitelisted addresses will be able to mint first, and then if there are any of the 3,000 NFTs that will be sold then left, then the sale will be open to the general public. So very similar to the first OG mint. Um, so yeah, anything else to add to kind of the general like summary before we start taking more questions, Fran?
No, not really. Well, first of all, thank you everyone for joining us. I'm super happy to be here, especially with you, Cami, my partner and dreamer in all this project together with
Mhm.
Alejandro. And yes, I think we're very close to the second sale. We're just some 2 weeks away, as you said. And well, let's all make a movie together.
WAGMAM.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a space, for you guys to ask any questions from us about the project, about the sale, about the movie, the book, um, anything that you'd want cleared up. Um, so floor is open. And while you gather your thoughts, maybe we can, once again, just provide the, general, like the vision of the collection and the Infinite Machine movie. So, as you all probably know, the Infinite Machine NFT collection was uh, born out of the idea and project of making a movie out of the Infinite Machine book, which I wrote and which was published in 2020, July 2020. Crazy how that's kind of already seeming like a long time ago, but it kind of flew by. Um, yeah. So yeah, the Infinite Machine was published in July 2020 by HarperCollins. It was the first book on the history of Ethereum. Right now, it's the most read book on the history of Ethereum. It is a non-technical history of how Ethereum was founded and created, the people behind it. Um, the idea is to tell the human side of the Ethereum story, what inspired Vitalik to come up with the idea of Ethereum, how he inspired a group of hackers and investors and visionaries to help him build this infinitely flexible platform for decentralized applications, and all the challenges they faced along the way, how they overcame those challenges, and how they grew to become the most active smart contracts platforms to date. So it hopefully gives a good kind of understanding of what Ethereum is, and can inspire a new generation of builders. So that's the book. Last year, or was it last year, Fran, that you and Alejandro uh, approached me with the idea of the movie?
Yes, well, it was about spring, no, sorry, autumn uh, 2019, may that be? Or well, it's well over a year.
2020. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
well over a year. Yeah.
2020, sorry, well over a year. And of course, I've been in the crypto space first through Bitcoin and then through the rest of developments since 2012. And when I got a hold of your book and went through it, I was mind blown because synthesizing the richness of the concept and the all the declinations in the story of how Ethereum came together in such an entertaining way, it really caught my attention. And well, that's when we decided to reach out to you and to see whether if it made sense to put a movie together out of it. And well, that's a bit how it came to be. And more than 12 months after that, well, here we are. I think what has happened since then is absolutely fantastic. And the way in which the first drop has been received by the community and by all these people that have trusted what is being put together is absolutely fantastic. And of course, we're just at the beginning of the beginning because this is a very long project that has the idea of effectively evolving into a DAO to make an impact in Ethereum and the Ethereum ecosystem and crypto in general. So yes, we've been at it for quite a while, but we're just getting started, actually.
Exactly. And I just want to give more kind of background on, the decision to go with you guys as the producers of the movie of the Infinite Machine. So um, I really, there were um other firms interested in making a movie of the Infinite Machine. But in the end, I decided to go with the people who I felt were the most motivated to actually make the movie happen. Um, because my agent told me it happens all the time that authors sell the rights to their books and then the movie never actually gets made. It's like production companies buy rights up all the time just to, have the option of potentially making a movie, but then they decide not to go through with it. And with Fran and Alejandro, I really saw a passion there for making this happen. And so that combined with the fact that um, I would be included in the production process, so I would have a say on how my book was portrayed. And also, I really like that they were based in Spain, so where I lived and where I felt kind of like this Hispanic connection. So I thought that was very cool as well. So I decided to go with them, and I'm so happy I did, because just like I had thought at the beginning of the process,
Another
there
person
is
has
a
call
real.
enabled. Please start speaking.
Oh,
What is
okay.
that?
I muted that person. Sorry about that. Okay. So yeah, so that's basically how this group came together out of kind of this passion of making the movie happen.
Yeah.
And then, when we were kind of discussing fundraising for the movie, and everyone kind of was on board with the idea of doing it through NFTs, I was like, okay, I was right to go with these guys. Like, they get it. We're making a movie about Ethereum together with the Ethereum community, involving everyone in the process, funding the movie through Ethereum technology, and it just makes so much sense. And I think it's really beautiful that we're doing this together with all of you.
Yes, I think, as I said before, when I came across your book and I discussed it with Alejandro, and well, we reached out to you. Um, I think it springs, and that passion that you mentioned springs from the fact that this is just not a business for us, or a source of income, and or well, everybody will have their own approach, but at least on my side, when I sort of fell in love with decentralization back a decade ago. I understood that there was no way the world would not advance in that direction. And the thing is that once you understand that decentralization is a foundational pillar for a better world, well, you see yourself morally compelled somehow to effectively evangelize about the use of decentralized technologies and Ethereum in this case. So that forces you to start thinking or projecting into the future how you would want to to help the development of all these technologies and systems. One of them is, bringing capital from the traditional world into the space. The other one is like you're doing, disseminating high quality content. And we thought a fantastic way of effectively fostering the adoption of decentralization on Ethereum was bringing its concept to the mainstream through a full featured Hollywood style movie in the same way that the social networks sort of kicked the Facebook front and center of the world stage, and so that's why we're here. And of course, when we talk about decentralization and Ethereum and the community and bringing everyone together and stuff, well, this offers us all the tools we need to effectively put something remarkable together. So, how could we not use them if we are discussing how Ethereum came to be? And I think that alignment between all of us was very organic and natural, and that's what has allowed us to effectively get to this point with such a complex project on the crypto side and on the movie side. So, I think we're a match made in heaven, actually, somehow.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I love the idea of having the Infinite Machine be a vehicle to spread this message of decentralization to the world and to the mainstream, because that's what I hope this community will become in the long run. So the idea is that this Infinite Machine NFT community will uh, at some point form into a DAO, and we'll have more specifics on that coming up. But the idea is that this will be a self-sustaining community going forward, and that this movie will be the first of many other projects that this community supports. So it will be kind of a vehicle to continue spreading this message.
Yes, I think it's important to realize that we're sitting at a point in time in which, we're on the verge of a major shift in many industries, and one of them is going to be the audiovisual industry, and that is going to be highly impacted first by the use of NFT as a way of sort of encapsulating intellectual property. We already are seeing that in the music segment where things are starting to happen, and obviously we are the first in history to pair a movie with NFTs and a collection, and what we are going to develop on top of that. And so we think we are standing at a point in time in which that DAO can effectively become an important player in the redefinition of the audiovisual space with a crypto-centric approach, and it can effectively help surface many artists, both on the graphic side of things and on the music side and on the audiovisual side, and effectively put together a very interesting way forward, not just for the movie, but beyond the movie, on different fronts, actually.
Yeah, I think it's very, you know, it's so interesting that this is kind of a project that hopefully can enable this specific movie, but maybe become a a framework or a starting point for a new model for funding productions going forward. Maybe it can inspire other artists and other communities to fund productions this way, and maybe artists who would have or projects who were hard to finance through traditional means can start uh, finding a voice and being created this way. I think um, in the same way that uh, DeFi has enabled so much innovation on the financial realm, and NFTs is doing that for artists. I think the combination of these things, of like financial instruments and ownership via tokens and via NFTs, all these tools can really help support um, the creation of so many and the fostering of so many different industries. And I think we're just exploring the tip of the iceberg here with film. Um, but it's really exciting to be at this like forefront of like this new model of doing things, of like organizing people, of organizing resources. And I just think it's amazing that we're doing this for a movie that is about the very technology that is kind of helping it happen. So it's like it's very kind of circular and like cyclical. I think it's really cool.
When I think about how we got here, and first you have the book, then you have the intention of turning the book into a Hollywood style movie, not a documentary, as I see some people asking.
Mhm.
And then, as of there, we sort of started uh, juggling with the idea of effectively having it financed totally or partially through the mission of NFTs, and then we came to the concept of okay, let's use this as a vehicle for emerging artists to sort of surface and get rewarded from taking part in all this, and those artists have to be from countries where crypto has had an impact, and we have to have a geographical dispersion and diversity from where they come from. And when you put all these things together, the truth is that even though we're still at the beginning, somehow we are putting together a very well-rounded and beautiful concept, as you were saying, that hopefully will make a dent in history and be the beginning of many more things to come. First, the movie, and then, however, we all collegiately see fit to declinate and evolve this. So it's tremendously exciting to be here.
Yeah, yeah, it's awesome. And yeah, like the piece about artists from emerging countries, that's so close to my heart. And I'm, I think that's one of the things that excite me the most about this technology. From my background, I'm from South America, from Chile. I lived a long time in Argentina. That's actually kind of where I first learned about Bitcoin. Um, and I think having lived there really made me see the value of sensorless money more clearly. And so being able to incorporate that into this project has been amazing. And I think, you know, um, just like the the results, like the product that we've seen come out of these like very talented artists from Cuba, from Venezuela, has been just like, I don't know, mind blowing. I think, like we wanted to create something beautiful with artists from emerging countries. And but then on top of that, like the result that comes from that, just like the all these mosaics with the Ethereum logos, like the art that they created is spectacular. So I think that, it couldn't have turned out in a better way, because we have this like the core, like the fundamental like driver of it, which is beautiful, empowering artists from emerging countries where uh, their authoritarian regimes makes crypto even more important. But on top of that, the art itself is beautiful and and spectacular. So yeah, I just like couldn't be happier with how this project is going.
Yes, I think the resulting art is absolutely astonishing. First, the original pieces, and then the result of the random reshuffling. And of course, kudos have to go to Gladys for being such an amazing curator and having had the talent to rally all these people from all over the world in such a coherent way, which is at the end of the day what curators do. And I think, I was telling the other day a friend of mine who was telling me how extraordinary all the pieces were. I was telling them that at least I haven't seen the full set of originals. So every time an NFT gets minted, or when they were minted, but in the last sale, I couldn't help but be surprised at the things that were coming out because they were absolutely astonishing. And when you think about that being only some 20% of the collection, I can't wait to see what comes with the next mint and the last one when effectively it takes place. So this is just fantastic. The talent these people have is just absolutely astonishing. I mean, I would be if I were out there, if I were a young starting collector, I'd be checking these 36 guys out because I'm sure they are going to really go places with their future work and whatever it is that they do.
For sure. I think the talent in this collection is it's just outstanding. They've created such good work,
Well,
and you're right. It's so exciting to see that this is just starting. We've only seen a small piece of it, so it's going to be really cool to see what comes up next in the next two mints. Um, Also, good to point out that this collection isn't just about this amazing art, uh, which on its own is already spectacular. But as you know, these NFTs are like a backstage pass into the movie. They have they carry the chance of winning different rewards linked to the movie itself. So they carry the possibility of becoming an extra in the movie, either the holder appearing in the movie itself or their NFT, an NFT of their choosing appearing on the movie. So imagine if you own a whatever a CryptoPunk, maybe we can have it be spray painted on a wall or something as Vitalik passes by, or I don't know, whatever, something like that. Um, there's also a chance of being invited to the movie premiere. Uh, when that happens, to visiting the movie shooting, and to be listed in the movie credits. So uh, I think that's just like a very special part of the project, because uh, it's not just a JPEG. It's a JPEG with a backstage pass, which is it's pretty cool. Um, and of course, like the DAO component to it, um, which as I said, we'll have more details coming up, but that'll be a very important part of it as well, kind of that governance aspect. So
Yeah.
maybe, Fran, maybe it's a good time for if you wanted to go through some of the stats that we have from the first sale. Like we have the number um, of extra traits that were minted, things like that.
Yes, well, we did produce an analysis of how the first mint had gone, and rarities have not been unveiled at this point, and they will happen sometime between the second and the third sale, or after the third sale. That is something, as you very well know, we're putting our heads around to find the ideal moment in which to do so. But the thing is that, for instance, there were some 2100 tokens minted in the first sale, putting together the whitelist and the general sale. And as you very well know, there are some 25 invites to be an extra in the movie, right? So only five have been minted at this point. The same thing happens with the premiere, where only seven have been minted at this point. Only 25 invites to the shooting have been minted at this point. So we have a bracket whereby the movie rarity trades are sort of in the 15 to 25% spectrum of the overall pieces that will be minted. What does this mean? Well, we need to take into account that movie rarity traits are not related to artistic rarity. So I many times see people, trying to sort of dump their their tokens in the market, which I have been buying, I must say, because I do believe that any of these tokens can be the recipient of, extraordinary movie meta traits. So, you may think that maybe your NFT doesn't have the top left corner, which is the most scarce one, and so it may not be as valuable as a full piece. And well, no, that's not true. Every NFT has an equal chance of maybe being your ticket to become an extra in the movie, to being invited to the premiere, to go to the shooting. So that's quite important to understand, because from a market perspective, how much is it worth to be an extra in the Ethereum movie, which is going to be a milestone in the history of A, the audiovisual world, and B, the crypto world, or that everything which is coming our way. So this is something for people to put their head around, right? With regards to the white meta frame, which is an additional layer of rarity which we've inserted, it's the same thing. There are 250 total top lefts, out of which 59 have been minted, and this is replicated throughout the rest of that sort of rarity. This is in the 20 to 25% range. There is everybody can access the article that we posted in one of the links. And of course, with regards to the artists themselves, and here we get into artistic rarity, uh, for every one of the 36 artists, we ask them to produce uh, an original on the ethos of decentralization and what Ethereum meant for them, uh, 10 visions of the Ethereum logo, and one frame, right? So there are only 36 originals, to call it like that. Out of those 36, only six have been minted at this point. So there's plenty of room to receive extraordinary artistic tokens moving forward in the second and third sales, right? So when you take all these things and you put them together, and of course I'm not going to go into the full depth of the data, but you see how quickly the first set went, and how well it was received by everyone. And then you sort of take into account the two major ratios you can put together. One is how many tokens of the overall collection, or how many NFTs of the overall collection that has been minted are for sale. We are looking very handsome, let's say, because only some 10% of all the minted NFTs are for sale. I mean, um, and this is very important, because it talks about the commitment of the holders in the long term, which provides the appropriate foundation upon which to build something very solid. And then there's another ratio, which is uh, how many NFTs there are per wallet. And when you compare that to sort of like the flagship collections out there, the mutant ape yachts, and the board apes and cryptodes and CryptoPunks and stuff like that, we are right there with the same metrics they have. And this is a very good indication, because it implies that the whitelisting system that was put together allowed to have the appropriate statistical dispersion, and that there really aren't whales that can control the market, which provides a stability to the floor, and is a very good start for a very promising future.
Yeah, that was a great overview, and it just like tells you a lot about the potential that there's here, and it tells you a lot about a genuine community, an organic community that values and appreciates this project, and is in it for the long run. So obviously, we are here to make something real. We are very far from a kind of quick fly-by-night project that comes and goes. And I'm just very happy to see that the community sees that, and is in it for the long run as well.
Yes, Cami,
So,
I'd like to interrupt you for a second, because I'm seeing here a
mhm,
comment from Sylvain, or Sylvan, or I don't know how to
mhm.
pronounce it. which is saying that I'm buying tokens because I know how rare with regards to movie trades they are. No, that's not true. I have no idea if what I'm buying is going to be an extra, is going to be a credit, or it's going to be nothing at all. What I'm saying is that because movie rarity trades are not related to artistic rarity, I think it makes sense to buy as many as your wallet allows you to, because it has a high chance of being something extraordinary.
Right, there's a chance that those traits will be awarded. Oh, I had I wasn't looking at the chat here. I think I miss any of the questions? Let me see.
Yeah, there's one by JWalks55 that maybe you
Okay.
can answer
Uh,
if you want.
right. Okay. It says, okay, what approach do we plan for making the movie? Will it be more of a documentary? Okay, that I think we kind of covered that. So this won't be a documentary. It will be a dramatized feature-length film. So it will be a movie, with a plot, with actors, with just a dramatized version of the
The whole
book.
mess.
Uh, yes, yeah, yeah, like yeah, like Wolf of Wall Street or Social Network, like that kind of film. So you know, it really is a chance to take Ethereum and the Infinite Machine and decentralization into the actual mainstream. Hopefully, it does end up being like a Hollywood blockbuster film that everyone uh, watches or streams or streams. So yeah, it's really exciting. And throughout the year we'll get to kind of uh, cast the characters for like all the different characters on the book. So like find actors for Vitalik and Gavin Wood and Charles. So that'll be a super fun part of the process.
That's going to be fantastic. I mean, we have drafted lists of tentative casts and stuff like that. Of course, it will in the end come down to the casting to the casting director
Mhm.
somehow. But it's going to be so much fun to see what everyone's opinion is along the way. And I think casting all these co-founders and the people that surrounded them is going to be very interesting because they're very strong personalities, all in their own ways. You, of course, are the one who knows them better, and a proof of this is what they've built after Ethereum, all of them, or how they have evolved in different directions. So I think that's going to be absolutely, it's going to be loads of fun, actually.
Yeah, yeah. So currently, no, we haven't started the casting process yet. We're in the process of raising funds to get the best cast possible. So we're at the very very start of the movie production process, and you all are here early. You're here at the very start, making this happen.
Yes,
Yay!
I mean, it must be said that we've gone through some preliminary script treatments, which were sort of like a sparring exercise to see how
Mm,
complex the translation of the book into a script would be. And it's all looking rosy moving forward, actually.
yeah. Um, I think that'll depend on the writer if they want to write me into the script. I think it'd be super fun to see me played by an actress. So we shall see. I'll give them ideas when we meet.
Yes, this would be, I mean, if you can play yourself, that would be so much fun.
Oh no, I don't want to play myself. I don't think I'm a good actress. Maybe I'll be like I'll have a cameo in the movie, but not actually play myself or another
We'll
character.
we'll get Jennifer Lawrence or something to play you.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
Okay. So, I mean, I'd like to have the people understand that, how much fun can it be effectively ending up in a Hollywood blockbuster just because you bought an NFT and supported the dream of bringing the Ethereum story to the mainstream to the mainstream. I mean, that is just that doesn't happen. That happens once
Mm,
in your lifetime, and we're all here, and we think this is a fantastic vehicle to obtain a return, to get involved into something which is meaningful, and to effectively have fun in the process of doing so.
yeah. Yeah, this is a very rare opportunity. I mean, of course, we're a little bit biased, but I mean, if you look at any other project, there's just nothing like this. So I don't know. I'm super proud and excited about what we are creating.
Okay.
So
Uh,
yeah, I don't know if anyone has more any questions or wants to kind of say anything about why they're excited about the project or what got them involved. I don't know, any feedback as well. Um, Fran, people are saying that they want to hear more about your background.
oh, really? Okay. Let me go to
Mm-hmm.
the. Okay, I was in the other window. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, I see. J Walks 55. Okay, good. Well, I'm Spanish. I'm based in Madrid now, but I've lived all over the world. I started my career as an investment banker doing mergers and acquisitions, first in Madrid and then in London, where I specialized in financial institutions. At the turn of a century, and somehow smitten by the Silicon Valley sort of craze, I left investment banking and got involved in tech. And come 2012, I was doing research on, well, I must say that in the tech space, I've been involved in all sorts of adventures and projects all over the world, in Asia, in the US, in Latin America, in Europe. And in 2012, I was doing research on frontier tech, mainly on the biotech side. And I kept bumping into this sort of Bitcoin tag because I was looking at where illegal and illegal drugs were being sold, which was obviously the dark web. I bumped into Bitcoin as a tag, as I said, and in the beginning I didn't pay too much attention. The more I kept bumping into it, well, it's sort of it got me thinking about what that was, and I downloaded the white paper, and that night I couldn't sleep, so I started, fully going into down the rabbit hole and started investigating. And at some point, I had some sort of epiphany, and I came to realize that the world could just not evolve in a direction which was not decentralized, or that decentralization had to be a major part of the next evolution. Let's call it like that. So I decided to leave everything and get involved, and I've been involved, on many fronts, silently throughout the years. I've done a lot of things in Zug, in the crypto valley, which is where obviously Ethereum was launched, and on very many different fronts. As of today, I run my own crypto hedge fund, which is fantastic returns, by the way, which I can't discuss because it's only for professional investors, of which I'm a co-founder, co-chief investment officer, and head of research. And I'm obviously a co-founder of the Infinite Machine movie and collection, together with Camila and Alejandro, and together with Camila, executive producers. Alejandro is a producer, and I'm involved in a couple of other things in the metaverse side of life. And I'm super interested in public goods. I'm interested in universal basic income protocol put together by Santi, which is an advisor of this project, which is the guy that just organized Vitalik's visit to Buenos Aires. Probably you've heard about it, and Juano, who's also part of our technical team and is also part of UBI. And I do not see myself doing anything else than being fully involved in crypto. So here I am.
Hey, awesome. Yeah, it's you've been like a quiet but very kind of uh, long time, and kind of you've been kind of deep in crypto for a long time. So it's been really invaluable having all of your knowledge and experience in this project, but also for the Infinite Machine movie in general as well. It's having someone who actually knows what they're talking about helping produce the movie is it's pretty key. So amazing
Well,
to be your partner.
it's amazing to be here. It's an honor to be paired with you and Alejandro and Gladys and Gianni and Juanu and Santi and the whole team, the 36 artists,
Hmm.
and I just think we share a common vision of where the world is going, and that there's a saying, I can't remember who wrote it, but that says that, when the time of an idea comes, there's no army that can stop it. Well, now is the time of decentralization, of crypto, and of making a movie.
Yeah, there's no army that can stop it, especially if there's an army building it, like the subtitle of my book says. So
Precisely,
we're
precisely.
we're going forward. Yeah. Okay, I think we can start. I think we can start wrapping up. It looks like. Oh wait, there's a new question. Any plans to release the movie as an NFT after it's out? Um, well, Fran, what do you think? I mean, no specific plans, but the idea is to have subsequent drops related to the Infinite Machine.
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah.
I mean, we don't want to leak too much alpha here, but of
Mhm.
course, the airdrops and the NFTs are just not going to stop with the third mint. In fact, and as I said, we don't want to leak alpha here, but if you think through it, coldly, uh, effectively, the whole collection is some sort of puzzle. And when you look at every NFT, what you get is a fantastic piece of art. You get a piece of art that has a utility in the way in which it allows you to take part in governance in the future, and we're crafting that. But it is also a backstage pass of some sorts, as you were saying, Camila. And we might as well add some fun to it in the way in which we can all maybe play some sort of infinite game in the future. Well, we are going to be able to put together loads of interesting concepts around the community and around all this that we're doing.
Yeah. Okay, so answering a few of the questions here. Um, do you guys have a production studio lined up? So yes, so Alejandro, producing the producer partner that we've mentioned, he is the CEO of Versus Entertainment, a production studio based in Spain. It has uh, many produced and distributed many movies like Buried with Ryan Reynolds and many others. Um, the idea is to potentially partner with a second production studio in the US, and so we're in the process of having those conversations. But yeah, the answer is yes. There is a very talented and experienced production company on board already. Um, what else? About the NFT contracts. As Fran mentioned, we have Santi Siri from Universal Basic Income on board, and he is overseeing the tech with a developer that he trusts, Juanu, and he developed the like so far really flawless smart contracts. Um, like the project technically has really gone without a hitch. So really grateful for Santi and for Juanu's work and inputs on that. Um, More
Yes,
about the DAO, we'll have details coming very soon. I think I will leave a bit of suspense on that front, right?
yes. I think the idea of a DAO is relatively simple. Crafting a DAO that effectively works, and the logistics of running a DAO which is efficient, is sort of a different cup of tea, as they'd say in England. So we really need to get it done. We need to put enough time and thought through it all so that it effectively works. And of course, we'll round it up with everyone's opinion when the time comes. On the tech side, I'd like to say something, and is that I've been involved in many things. Camila has been involved in many projects too, and tech. At the beginning, it sounds like, oh yes, this is very easy to do, and this and that. But the truth is that it's not. You can get lost in detail, and the fact that we have such a stellar technical team, and I think everyone has witnessed the smoothness of the first sale is something very, very important. And maybe if there's enough quorum in the future, we can do an AMA with them so that the developers in the community can field whatever questions that they think that they should ask them.
Sure. Cool. Okay, I think we've answered most of the questions or all of the questions. Um, so yeah, maybe we can start wrapping up. This has been amazing. We'll have more of these going forward. Really important to keep uh, all of the communications open, and so we have our main kind of hub is here is the Discord. So any questions, please drop here, and we have our wonderful mods who will help answer all of your doubts and questions, and myself as well. Um, I I'm always kind of open as well to chat and to answer anything. But we'll do more of these coming up. And for now, let the countdown begin to OG Mint number 2. Super excited for that. There will be lots of opportunities to get on the new whitelist. So stay tuned for all the different contests and opportunities to participate. So yeah, I think with that we can start wrapping up. Thank you everyone for joining. It's amazing to see so many people here, and yeah, WAGMAM. Let's all go make a movie.
WAGMAM, man. WAGMAM 2022. Let's get it
Yes,
done.
let's do it. All right. Bye
Okay.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye now. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye.